And retail giants are trying to fight crime now more than ever. According to the National Retail Federation's most recent survey, retailers saw an average increase in organized retail crime of 26.5%. That was in 2021. And many are now forced to take matters into their own hands. They've teamed up to fight a rash of burglaries, specifically in California. We know this is happening where they're teaming up. So here now to discuss some possible solutions, let's bring in Nichole Bunn, Executive Director of the National District Attorneys Association. Nichole, thank you so much for your time on this. First, let's talk about what's happening in California. We know that these retailers are banding together to try to stop this theft, but how does that help stop the heart of this problem?
Sure. So thanks for having me, Nichole. We are seeing what you just showed in California across the country, and we're seeing the banding together of sort of loose groups, particularly youth in many cases, as you saw at the McDonald's there, who are taking advantage of businesses and retailers across the industry in order to steal merchandise, goods, and really wreak havoc on the business community that oftentimes includes violence, and both to individuals that are consumers and the workers there in the given places. So this is nothing new for us. And really, as prosecutors, we're trying to partner up with retail establishments and the business community writ large to figure out some solutions, because we're seeing this increase, as you saw from the National Retail Federation, and it's got to stop.
Yeah, it really does, because I think this frustrates so many people, who see these videos. And again, you're the executive director of the National District Attorneys Association. So talk about how local DAs across the country are trying to stop this problem, because are the tactics different in different areas?
Sure. So while we're seeing an increase across the board, depending on the jurisdiction, a more rural jurisdiction maybe versus a more metropolitan, larger urban area, sure, there'll be some different tactics, but writ large, some of the tools that are being implemented and used by prosecutors include aggregation statutes, where an individual who may be going to multiple stores and collecting just under certain thresholds by state law to then avoid maybe a felony as opposed to a misdemeanor. We've seen states pass aggregation laws to allow prosecutors to really look at that comprehensive set of data points across counties, across state lines. We know these individuals don't stay in one particular area, and then pull all of that together in a cooperative effort to really try to hold these individuals accountable. We've also seen several state attorney general's offices create statewide organized retail crime task forces. We've also seen individual prosecutor offices dedicate prosecutors within their office just to these types of crimes in order to not only indicate to the community that they're taking them seriously, but to really dedicate that manpower to addressing these crimes and make sure that we're prosecuting where we need to be or getting folks to services where they need to be.
Well, Nichole, last question for you. I mean, do you think we're going to get to a point where in-store retail is a thing of the past? I mean, is that going to have to be the solution?
Well, we've seen some retailers start to put more and more items behind lock and key. We've even seen some mobile kiosk situations pop up where stores are looking to have that online shopping experience for folks in person. And really, we're hoping that as prosecutors working with the Retail Industry Leaders Association through a national partnership that we announced, that we're able to come together, bring retailers, prosecutors together to address the accountability issues, particularly around habitual offenders, but also understand some of those root causes of crime. And with our new Vibrant Communities initiative that we recently announced, we're going to be looking at those underlying causes, whether it be substance use, mental health issues, or others, while also holding bad actors accountable, and we can do both.
Absolutely. So it doesn't end up like the video we're seeing on the left side of the screen where everything is behind lock and key. Nichole Bunn, we thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Nichole.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.